So you guys want Foles back? Well, guess what? According to the latest rumors, you may get him. Yep, the cowboy, Mr. McLean. You Americans are all alike. But this time, John Wayne doesn't walk into the sunset with Grace Kelly. Scary Cooper, asshole. Oh, Dingbat! Oh, shit! Oh, shit! That was crazy!
Happy trails, Hans.
Dallas still stinks. You're by the way, King Dingbat here, and I hope everybody's having a great Saturday. I hope you guys are doing well. Right now, the Chicago Bears look like the front runners to land Carson Wentz. And we talked a little bit about that last night. It still seems like it's the case. More reports are coming out kind of insinuating that. And with Carson Wentz possibly going to the Bears, it creates a very interesting dynamic with him and Nick Foles. And we're going to get into that in a second. But there's a lot going on, okay? This thing seems to be, it's like fast and furious, you know what I mean? We're getting reports right now from ESPN saying Howie Roseman is seeking a first-round pick for Carson Wentz. And with that first-round pick and that high price tag, a lot of teams aren't interested. Only two really seem to be interested, the Bears and the Colts, okay? Now, I did a video last night talking about, or giving my opinion about a rumor saying that Howie Roseman wanted 2 first-round picks, okay? And I said, and I knew that that was bullcrap, because that's why I offered no matrimonial duties for 2.5 weeks. Do I look like a guy that can go 2.5 weeks without matrimonial duties? Do I look like that guy? I don't think so. I gotta have my plumbing working. I can't have any clogs. So, of course, I knew the Eagles could never get 2 first-round picks, although people say, oh, you think they're going to get 2 first-round picks? No. If you listen to what I've said for the last month, I've said Eagles can't get 2 ones. I don't think they can get a 1. I don't think they could get a 2nd. I think somewhere around the 3rd, maybe at best, a 3rd that can turn into a 2nd if he plays so well. That's what I think. So, I didn't think 2 ones, but that's what was being reported, so that was I was going to give you my opinion on. I give you my opinions on what I think. Now, today the ESPN saying that the Eagles want a first-round pick for Carson Wentz. Okay, maybe. Can they get it? We'll see. As far as the Bears and the Colts, here's the latest, right? Brandon Robinson, who was the guy who we talked about yesterday, who said the Bears had the highest offer on the table. He went on a radio show, 670 The Score, and he's from Windy City Gridiron. I didn't know who he was. He's from Windy City Gridiron. He's a contributor. And here's what he said. He said one of his sources said the Bears no longer have the highest offer. A couple of the other guys he talked to said they do, so he still believes the Bears have the highest offer. Initially, the Chicago Bears, he said, offered 2 second-round picks for Carson Wentz. And then the Colts came in and they upped it, and it has forced the Bears to basically throw in that number 20 overall in the 2021 draft. So the Bears, I guess they have supposedly, and we don't know for sure, they have the 20th pick overall in the draft, and along with like a 3rd round pick, 4th round pick, 5th round pick, some mid round pick there, and that's kind of where it's at. That would be a lot more than I think you can get for Carson Wentz, no doubt about it. But what was interesting, well, it's all interesting really, but what was interesting was he was saying that one of the things for Carson Wentz is he doesn't want to be near Nick Foles. He don't want to be near Nick Foles, and the Bears want to put Nick Foles in the deal. So all you Nick Foles fans out there, all you Nick Foles fans who would love to see him come back, it could happen. It could actually happen because Carson can't be near him. And I got to tell you, when I hear things like that, the more and more I hear about these things with Carson, it sounds like a baby, man. I mean, really, dude, you can't go because Nick Foles there. You can't compete with Jalen Hurts. I mean, the Eagles, and I'm sounding like G-Code now. I feel like G-Code. Shout out to G-Code. But I do. I feel like I'm sounding like him. But, dude, the Eagles fired the coach for you, so you could be successful, and you still want out. Fine, you don't like Howie Roseman. Who the hell does? Then, you gonna go to Chicago. Oh, you can't have Nick Foles, so now they gotta trade Nick Foles. I mean, dude, really? I'm getting very frustrated. I don't like these character things that seem, and look, they're assumptions we don't know because the guy hasn't spoke, but the assumption and the perception that is created with rumors like that, with things that are said, it bothers me. We should have been clued in that Carson was gone when we saw Hurts publicly all over the place. He goes in the NFL Network, he talks about wanting to compete. Then you see him doing charitable, giving $30,000, which is great, and I know that comes from his heart and all those kind of things, but those cameras were there and put there for a reason, right? The Eagles were preparing us. Carson's gone. He's gone. That's coming. The question is, what are they going to get? You're going to get the Bears 20th and a third. Let's say the Eagles get the 20th, a third, and Nick Foles. My thoughts on it are, I got to be honest with you. It's like okay, who's the 20th pick? Well, let me see who the 20th pick is before I can say anything. Because guess who's picking it? Howie Roseman. That's right. So I'm not really all that happy with that either, But I don't know that you can get a first-round pick. I still don't know. I still personally don't believe that you can. But, man, this guy, he sounds like a prima donna. It's just driving me nuts. It's like my image is of this guy is totally deteriorating before my eyes. And I'm not saying that that's right. I'm not even saying that it's right for me to think that. I shouldn't, because I don't know what this guy's thinking. I've never talked to him, I've never heard him speak. But man, where there's smoke, there's got to be fire, right? I mean, there's a lot of people saying this guy's a I mean, in Robinson's thing, and I'll put the link in the description, it was on Bleeding Green Nation. Shout out to Bleeding Green Nation, I love them. But, I mean, from what he's saying, Carson's a prima donna. And the Bears know it. Now, the Bears will bring him in because they know he's got talent, and they have DeFilippo, and DeFilippo will get on his ass. And, he'll go there, and maybe he'll resurrect his career, which is going to drive me nuts too. I will not like it. I always say I prefer to keep Carson Wentz. The 20th pick doesn't sound all that appealing when Howie Roseman's making the pick, And as far as Nick Foles coming in, a lot of people want Foles to come in. I don't know what that means. Because here's my thing. I love Nick Foles. I think Nick Foles is great. But if Nick Foles comes in, aren't you kind of doing to Jalen Hurts what you did to Carson Wentz? Now, Jalen Hurts may be thicker skinned. He may not care as much, and it may not bother him. Great. But from a public perception and public perspective, the media is going to be watching him, watching for any reaction towards Foles when he has a bad game, and the fans, because there's going to be a lot of fans that want Nick Foles to be the starter. They want it to be starter. I don't know that bringing back, in my personal opinion, I love Nick Foles, but I don't know that bringing back Nick Foles to back up Jalen Hurts is a good thing. And I don't know how you bring in Nick Foles as a starter and put Hurts on the bench. You don't do that. So I don't know if it's a good thing for Hurts or not. It's something that we have to see. But guess what? That's what the Eagles do. They destroy their own quarterback situations. So it's going to be interesting. And this is coming fast and furious. Now, before I let you guys go, I got a lot of stuff going on today. I'm editing a tinfoil dingbats. I got 2 React videos coming out later. So a lot of stuff going on. For those who are wanting me to stream the Sixers, I am going to try. You may see me doing some testing for video stuff on my channel. It's me trying to prepare to do the game and do some new things. But there's also there's a good chance, I'd say 50-50 chance I don't stream this game. Only because the amount of things I have to do. I know you don't want to hear my to-do list. I'm not going to give it to you. But a lot of things going on, especially with the Super Bowl tomorrow, that I have to get done today. So I may wait until Tuesday. I believe Tuesday and Thursday the Sixers play, and then start doing those games from there. But we'll see. And then with this Carson thing, for all we know, by 5 o'clock tonight, he could get traded and been traded, and that's what we're talking about. So with that said, sorry for those. If I don't stream it, I'm sorry. I'm going to try, but we'll see. With those said, take care. Talk to you later. And don't be a dingbat.